I set about on making a tactic that was fantastic in-game, brilliant for scoring goals, and also won lots and lots of trophies. It's a 4-5-1, defensive wingers, inverted wing-backs, shadow strikers. Without further ado, let's get into it. What's going on there, guys? Kempi here, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another tactic, and it's another one which I've created purely for fun. It's a 4-5-1. It's absolutely fantastic, and you guys are going to absolutely love it. I've got 5 teams to show you results from today because I've tested it at lots of different levels. There's been some complaining that I just test with PSG, even though there's 3 or 4 tests. So I'm going to test with a few teams, a few underdogs, a few lower league teams as well, and show you guys a little bit more in-game footage also. And also, you've enjoyed the tactic breaks down recently. I can see, sort of based on the watch time, people have enjoyed how much I've been breaking down the actual in-game tactics and why we've been doing it. So I'll carry on doing that for you guys. And obviously, you guys are my main thing. We've hit 1,000 subs, and I'm so thankful to every single one of you. But without further ado, let's get right into it. First season, Roma predicted to come down in 6th place. A very good side in real life under Jose Mourinho. We've managed to win the Serie A, 88 points, 3 points clear of Inter, 5 points clear of Atalanta, and loads clear of Napoli down in 5th place. But we also won the Coppa Italia, which is a fantastic thing to win. A 2-1 victory against Atalanta. Even on possession, we had more shots, more on target, a fantastic XG as well, which is great to see. And also in the league, obviously, we're absolutely dominant pretty much all season, sitting top of the league. A few spells dropping down to 2nd, but a very, very good season indeed. In the Europa League as well, we got knocked out by eventual winners Manchester United. The result was 3-1 on aggregate, which is a little bit disappointing, but a decent enough season, that's to say the least. In the Serie A as well, I'm very happy winning the league. Like I said, predicted to come 6th. The Serie A is a very, very competitive league. We've managed to show up. We've managed to score the most goals by 11. Goals conceded, we conceded 32. We were definitely not the most stable side. This tactic is pretty outrageous. It scores lots of goals. It gets fast and forward. Possession-wise as well, 55%, just 55. It's not an outrageous possession stat, especially considering we've won the league. So don't expect to hold the ball too much. It's fast-flowing. It's quick. It's counter-attacking. It's goal-scoring. We had the most shots for us as well. And against us, shots-wise, to be fair, we were 2nd, only to Inter Milan by 41. And if we actually go down to the player overview as well, we had Tammy Abraham with the most goals in the season, scoring 27. Dybala in that shallow striker role, just down in 4th place. Assist-wise, Pellegrini got matched up on 11 for 1st place. Ola Solbakken, who is the right back, I believe, or left back. He's actually a winger. I didn't know that. That's poor from me. Winger from Ola Solbakken, and he done quite well in the assists as well. And so did the legend that is Paulo Dybala, is for some reason showing me goals and not assists. Very confusing. Most part of the matches, Pellegrini and Dybala both sitting there on 7, and Dybala and Tammy Abraham on 6. Abraham with the most shots. And we were just very, very good this season. I'm very happy. Clean sheets wise, Rui Patricio, not the greatest of goalkeepers, down in 4th place, but still doing very, very well indeed. And if we actually go in to the selection info, most goals were scored by Tammy Abraham, scoring 41. Paulo Dybala in that shadow striker role, 31 goals. Belotti scoring 16 goals off the bench as well. Pellegrini, the other shadow striker, 12 goals, 15 assists. So lots of assists for him. Stefan El Shawari, I mean, what an absolute legend, getting 11 assists. Solbakken 11 assists also. Karsdorp 10 assists. You've got Zaluski, the left midfielder, on 7 assists. You've got, I mean, there's bits all over the place in this squad, which I absolutely love, to be honest, because I like making tactics where the goals aren't just coming from one place. They're coming from everywhere. 2.13 goals per game, 0.84 conceded per game is rather impressive, but it's not quite as good as PSG with 3.5 goals per game and 0.53 conceded per game. We won it all. We won it all. We won it all. We even won the Champions League. Fantastic from me. 33 wins, 5 draws, Invincible. 0 losses in Ligue 1 is fantastic. That's what we try and aim for with PSG. I know they're very good. Don't get me wrong. I get that they're strong. But when you're scoring 133 goals in the season, just conceding 20, having the most possession in the league, the fewest shots against, the most shots for, the most clean sheets, the player with the most goals on Mbappe, the top 5 on assists. I mean, it's impressive. I mean, come on. If you can make a tactic that's like this on your own, fair play, because it is difficult to get the greatest results when you're doing a lot of things with a tactic. And you can see again with PSG, you've got 3 players on over 20 assists. That's Soler, Messi and Neymar. You've got Mbappe with 77 goals. You've got Neymar with 31. You've got Messi with 27. You've got Hakimi also on 20 assists actually. So 4 players above 20 assists. You've got Nuno Mendes on 12. You've got Soler getting 13 goals. Fabian getting 15 goals. I mean, it's flying all over the place. So we won the Trophy de Champs 2-0 against Nantes, which is very nice to see. And the Coupe de France, we won 3-0 against Rennes, actually winning on penalties. Quite a tough game. And a 1-1 win against Inter as well. Went to extra time, which is quite impressive. Neymar and Stefan de Vrij getting the goals. I hope Inter Milan can do us United fans a job, because I'm nervous that City are going to win the quadruple. And based on the way they played last night, I don't think Inter Milan are going to have much hope, but we shall see. I'm going to go ahead and quickly pick out a game from this Inter Milan season that I want to show you guys for the best goals. If you guys can, also just make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also follow on all these 4 wonderful things as well, because we're trying to make this a full-time career. We're not looking to stop at 1,000 subs. We're looking to take over. We're looking to make content creation a career, and you guys can help make my dream come true by making that a reality and just smashing the support on everything we do. So Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Follow and like and subscribe and share on absolutely everything. You're all absolute legends. And I'm going to show you a game in the semi-finals of the Champions League against Bayern Munich. It was 5-3, so there's going to be some defensive mishaps. There's going to be some attacking play. There's going to be a whole shebang of everything. There's the goal, first off, Bayern Munich, they scored a penalty. Now, straight away, you can see we are playing in the 4-5-1. You've got Renato Sanchez, the left mid, defensive winger, has dropped in to cover Nuno Mendes, the inverted wing back, in the attacking left mid role pretty much. Ramos and Marquinhos, the 2 defenders. Hakimi on the right, Soler as the right mid, Messi, Mbappe, Neymar as the 3 going forward. You've got Mendes knocking it back into Sergio Ramos, and again he is instantly looking for that pocket of space here where Bayern Munich have got Kimmich, Müller and Pins von Anhalt, who I've never heard in my life. Mendes with a great ball over the top to Lionel Messi, who gets in behind as a shadow striker should be doing, and he finishes the ball to make it 1-0 in this game in just 5 minutes. You've got Kimmich with a free kick. I'm quite happy actually. The 2 goals we've conceded so far are from set pieces. That's not our fault. That's nothing to do with the tactic. Again, you've got a great ball here from Nuno Mendes. He's having an absolute worldie so far. Over the top ball has gone through to Lionel Messi. Again, he sets it down to Mbappe, sets it out to the right wing of Carlos Soler. He gets it across to Mbappe, whose shot is deflected into the back of the net. Sometimes you can't help these highlights, but it's another good goal. It's a good little build-up play. Hakimi has dropped right in as an inverted wing-back to centre midfield, because inverted wing-backs are absolutely wild. He ends up finding it back to Marquinhos, who finds Soler. He's going to beat his man, find it through to Mbappe, who's going to try and slip a ball in behind to Neymar, but Upamecano makes a mistake and Mbappe slots it in for 3-1. On to the next goal. Mbappe again on the ball, driving past the Bayern Munich defence. He's, I'm guessing, going to drill this low and hard into Neymar. He is. A fairly simple goal, to be honest. Neymar and Mbappe just linking up. And Neymar covering that central role while Mbappe goes through. A good ball in from Messi. Ramos at the back stick, making it, I think, 5-2. And then Müller is going to be on the ball here. You can see actually quite a high step out from Danilo in that centre-back role, which is, I think, anyway, unless Ramos has been very aggressive and got it to here, and Danilo, the DM, has gone into cover, which I think is actually what's happened. Goretzka is going to find that ball through to Gnabry eventually, and a mistake from Ramos and 2 set pieces, 3 goals conceded, 5 goal scores. I'm still quite happy. I've got another couple of sims to show you. Next off is Sparta Prague in the Czech Republic. And Sparta Prague, another very good side, but obviously of a much lower quality than Roma, which is sort of the reason I wanted to show you another sort of, not meant to win the league, but good club. Ended up absolutely smashing the league, this time by 9 points, 24 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses. So if you're in a European journeyman, which I've been doing on Twitch, I've not done it for a couple of weeks because very, very busy, but I'm looking to get back into Twitch at some point. But if you're looking at doing a European journeyman, you can use this tactic down in the smaller European nations as well. We scored 20 more goals than anyone else. We conceded 7 less goals than anyone else. Fewer shots, most shots for. Possession-wise, we were second to Slovan Liberec as well. And in the player overview, we were actually second in goals with Jan Kucha, but we also had Lukas Sadlak and Adam Karabek, who's one of my favourite players in real life. I've seen this guy in real life. I've seen Sparta Prague in real life, and this guy is fantastic. Hype him up. I want him to one day know who I am, because I'm a massive fan of this guy. He joined Juventus in our save. Very good player. Karabak third on assists as well. Janko and Kreki also there. Ladislav Kreki, an absolute baller. Fewest conceded, we were second to. We also got the most clean sheets. And data hub-wise, you're looking at 2.49 goals a game, conceding just 0.6. And again, the goals and assists are spread out very evenly across this Sparta Prague side. And last off is Salford, predicted to come in 7th in League 2, right at the bottom of the English Football League pyramid. Obviously not the English pyramid, just the Football League pyramid. 7 points clear of Leyton Orient, who went on to win the league in real life. And Colchester United, my local lads, finished around 19th in real life. They've got up to 3rd place, so whatever the Col U tactic is, use that. But on a real, Salford doing very, very well, winning Sky Bet League 2, which is fantastic to see. Cup-wise, knocked out in the first round of the FA Cup by Stevenage and 3rd round of the Carabao by Fulham, which, you know, you can't really expect to be beating Fulham. But most points per game was obviously us. Most goals per game, we were 3rd, just 2 goals behind Leyton Orient. Fewest conceded, we were level with Sutton. We had the most clean sheets. Fewest shots against, we were 2nd to Leyton Orient. And the most shots against, we were 2nd to Leyton Orient. Very strong side. But we did manage to get the most possession. It's interesting how much better off we were than Leyton Orient, given the fact they scored more goals, they conceded less, they had less shots against. We were just better, and the formation definitely helped in all of that. Again, the goals and assists flying throughout the club, which is lovely to see. But yeah, very happy with the tactic, the way it simmed on all 4 of the ones we've done. We've won the league in every single one. Salford, PSG, Roma, and Sparta Prague. The next up, though, is a team that is down in the very bottom of the German Bundesliga. Let me show you who we're going to be rebuilding on Sunday. So for Sunday's video, we are going to be rebuilding Schalke. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel and ready for this rebuild for Schalke, a club that on Football Manager are down in, what position is Schalke predicted to come this season? 17th position. We managed to grab them up to 9th place, which I'm very, very happy with. So we've also tested with a team at the very bottom of their league. Schalke are a club of massive history, 7 Bundesligas in their time, a Europa League, a DFB Pokal, some DFB Super Cups as well, the German League Cup. They've done everything, and they've got the most beautiful trophies in the land in Germany. And Schalke are a massive club, and only recently have really fallen into absolute catastrophic debt of 250 million. There's not a lot of money to work with at all. They've got a fantastic youth facilities and everything around here as well. So Schalke is a fantastic team to try and rebuild. And my goal for Schalke is to try and get them at least sort of back-to-back Champions League positions. I don't think we'll be able to topple Bayern Munich without actually playing the games. I mean, the tactic is really good. You can see a mid-table Bundesliga finish with a team to come 17th and way clear of 17th position by 29 points, which is outrageously good. But it's going to be very, very difficult in sort of realms of possibility of just holiday simming to really take over first spot. But if we can get back-to-back Champions League victories, back-to-back Champions League performances, I'll be very, very happy. I'm going to set sort of a 6, 7, 8 year, however long it might take. To get that, we want to be a consistent Champions League club and hopefully clear some of this debt. You've not got a lot of money to spend at Schalke, so it is very difficult. And the tactic to actually finally go through it as well starts off as a sweeper keeper in defend in goal. An inverted wing back on support on right back and left back. Both of them with shoot less often, get further forward and tackle harder. 2 ball playing defenders in defend, no further instructions. A DLP on DM with tackle harder. A defensive winger on the right with cross from byline and shoot less often. The exact same on the left. Shadow striker, both of them are run wide with the ball, stay wider and tackle harder. So essentially, they are sitting in this sort of role here. They're not quite wingers, they're not quite strikers, they're almost in this position, getting in behind. And you saw from Messi and from Neymar in the games we did show you, they were occupying them positions. Neymar getting a late run into the box, Messi having 2 or 3 runs in behind. And you also see the wingers do get far forward. They are defensive wingers, but because of the cross from byline, they do get right up into this position. From Carlos Soler, that's exactly what he was doing. And inverted wing backs are just absolutely wild. We saw a few times it was Nuno Mendes sitting in them positions getting assists. You saw Hakimi at one point over here. It's absolutely wild, but I absolutely love it. And advanced forward up front as well, just with tackle harder on. The mentality is actually set to balance. So considering we were scoring so many goals, we were, top of most shots, etc. balance was actually very good because it is quite an attacking formation. And these wingers do get high up, the wing backs get high up, the shallow strikers obviously are very high up. So it works quite well to be in a balanced mentality because you're not always high up, you do also drop in. Set to a shorter passing directness, a slightly higher tempo, player defence, underlap left, underlap right, pass into space. Tackle width is set to standard, low crosses in there as well with being more expressive. Take short kicks, counter and counter press. I've not got it on distribute into the centre backs or the full backs because the fullbacks, if they're in a good position, they do get in holes of space. It'd be quite nice to go to them as well. So I've left it as open. A high press system, a standard defensive line, prevent the short goalkeeper distribution, press as much as often and get stuck in. And this system is a very similar system to what I tested 4 or 5 weeks ago now from the legend that is Joseph VY on the Sorted Out SI website. But I've done quite a few tweaks to it. The shallow strikers are very different. There's lots of different instructions on the defensive wingers as well. And I think this is a slightly better version of what he did create. And I've sort of gone with a 4-5-1 V2. And this is Kempi's perfect 4-5-1. If you can, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, come over to all the bits I mentioned earlier as well, and also subscribe to Sorted Out SI so you can see more Kempi over there. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.